Hey boys and girls, welcome back to hopefully another quick episode of New Stuff TV, the untechnical tech channel. I'm your host, Antoine. I got some bad news and some good news for you, Richardson. Yes, I have some bad news from Sony, but they're also coming with a bunch of good news. Look, hey, those of you who know will know that they worked it out and I worked it in. Sony has done it again. Man, I went to New York a couple of weeks ago and I didn't get to test out, but I did get to see all of their new stuff for 2025. Man, they are bringing the heat. I got my glasses with me because, look, I have a bad memory. I had to write some of this stuff down. So I'm just going to run through the new lineup as quick as possible and just give you the rundown of what's to come in the year 2025 so you can prepare your piggy bank to get all of this goodness. Now, as you should expect, the Bravia 9, the Bravia 8, the Bravia 7, and the Bravia 3 are continued over into 2025 because they just came out last year. But they're filling in the gaps, all right? Look, we got a Bravia 8 Mark II OLED. Bravia 8 Mark II, okay? Let's just leave it at that. Now inside of there, they throw in the XR processor with the XR Triluminous Max and also clear image, but this is where it gets a little crazy, so pay attention, man, because I might mess this up. In the size variants, we got the 55-inch and the 65-inch for the Bravia 8 Mark II. And they're going to leave the 77-inch size over to the A95L, which is going to be carried over for another year. And then when we go down to the Bravia 8, that's where it gets a little weird because the smaller sizes are going to be in the 42 and 48-inch sizes. And the Bravia 8 is going to continue on with the 55, 65, and 77-inch variants. But also the 77-inch variant is going to be continued by the A80L. Look, it gets a little confusing, so, you might want to see this on a sheet of paper or something like that. So, do your own research. I'm just here to give you the news, like the breaking news, you know what I'm saying? And now I got to break the bad news to you, man. This is bad news for you X90L people out there, because y'all know I hold that TV near and dear to my heart. I love that TV so freaking much. It's like my baby, but it's got to go. It's not being carried forward into 2025 because it is being replaced. This is the good news. It's being replaced by the Bravia 5. Now they're jam-packing this TV with a lot of stuff, man. They got that XR backlight master drive in there with up to 6 more zones than the X90L. The XR processor, of course, the XR Triluminous, and the XR clear image. But this is where it gets crazy because we got to go to the TV sizes again. This is going to be a TV that a lot of people are going to be looking for because it's going to be able to fit in pretty much any space. We got the 55, the 65, the 75, the 85, and the big boy 98. Now let's move on to the Bravia 2 Mark II. Wait. Where was the Bravia 2 Mark I? I never saw it here in the US. Apparently that TV, it was a hit somewhere else on the globe, and now they're bringing the Bravia 2 Mark II into the States. Now this is going to get you into some entry-level Sony goodness with that X1 4K processor, which is actually a former flagship TV processor, and it's also the same one they use in the Bravia 3. But unlike the Bravia 2 Mark II, the Bravia 3 also has Dolby Vision and premium HDR support. And this one's going to be able to fit in a lot of rooms too because it's coming in 5 variants. We got the 43, 50, 55, 65, and 75-inch size variants. Now it's time to move on to another realm of entertainment, and that is the projectors. Last year, they introduced the Projector 8 and Projector 9. Two things I will just never be able to afford unless you guys start clicking the links in the description, man. You guys got to click those links so your boy can get paid so I can afford one of them joints. But we do have something that is a step above the ES5000, which is going to be the Projector 7. Yes, the Bravia Projector 7, man. We're talking 2200 lumens. 2200 lumens, the XR processor for projector, and check this out. They claim, this is Sony's claims, they claimed that they have improved the HDR and black levels over the ES5000. I love that projector. I didn't really see nothing wrong with it. It did need kind of a step up in the HDMI department, and that's where they've improved it too. They got HDMI 2.1 and it supports 4K 120. Now, what good is all that XR goodness for your visuals if you ain't got no good audio to go with it? Now, I know we already got the Theater Bar 8 and the Theater Bar 9 and the quad. That's great, right? But we do need to fill in the gaps because it's 2025 and that's what Sony's doing. And the first stop is the Bravia Theater System 6. This is a full system, guys. We got 1,000 watts total power with Voice Zoom 3 and it's got multi-stereo mode. I did get to hear this. This system was really impressive, dude. It was really freaking impressive. I gotta try it out. Sony, man, can you send one of those over here so I can try this out over here? Because it sounded really good in your demo, and I know how y'all be doing your little tricks with the wizardry in my ear holes. Anyways, they've completed that lineup with the Bravia Theater Bar 6. So now you got a 6. Is there a 7? I don't even remember if there's a 7, but I know there's an 8 and a 9. But now this Bravia Theater Bar 6, 3.1.2 channels with up-firing speakers and S-Force Pro Front Surround. Dude, I really don't know what that means, the S-Force stuff. I just know it sounded really stinking good when I heard the demo, when I went to see it in New York. I was really blown away by Sony's new sound stuff. Even though this is kind of like the lower tier stuff, it sounded fantastic. But there's one more thing I got to tell you guys about. This is, I did not suspect this was coming because, you know, the RS3 rear surrounds, and then they have the RS5 rear surrounds that are wireless with the up-firing speakers for Atmos. They've actually replaced the RS3s, and now we have the Bravia Theater Rear 8s. They're replacing the RS3. So yeah, man, we got a whole bunch of Sony goodness for 2025. Now, there was some bad news in there, but you can pick your chin up, bro, because we got the Bravia 5, the Bravia 5 now. Dude, when I was there, I saw some comparisons with other manufacturers' TVs, and I remember telling one of the guys that was demoing the stuff, it made, oh man, this is bad. I forget which TV it was, man, but they had the Sony TV next to it, and then they had the competitor TV next to it. And I told him, I said, man, this looks like one of those TVs you see in Buffalo Wild Wings, you know, like the inexpensive model. You know what I'm saying? It's just, they just need a bunch of them, so they didn't spend that much money. It made that TV look so freaking bad. Look, guys, the new Sony TV lineup is coming, dude. Oh, and I cannot wait to get my hands on them to show you like the ins and outs of them and how good they look. Cause look, we've done Bravia. What have we done here? We've done X90L here. I thought that was a great TV. They could have carried that one over for all I care. It's a phenomenal TV, but it's been replaced with the Bravia 5. But we have the Bravia 7. Outstanding freaking TV. It's sitting right there, and I love watching that thing. I love gaming on it. Then we have the Bravia 9, which we enjoy literally every day. And Sony just keeps getting better, and they keep giving us tiers. So you can go good, better, and best all day long with all different sizes. Look, I said it before and I'll say it again. Sony has done it again. It feels good. So did y'all catch that earlier? The Tony reference? Anyways, man, I'm just glad, man. Y'all keep being good to each other, and I'll see you when I see you.